Hello and welcome again to this edition of Phi TV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson. We are coming to you live from the Florida Capitol, and we are here in the last of the committee weeks leading up to the 2022 Florida legislative session. We are joined by none other than Senator Jennifer Bradley. Senator, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Great to be with you, Brad.
All right, it's your first time on Phi TV, so we're going to be easy on you. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to be easy. We're going to talk to you about some very complex topics. Talk to us about what you're working on, or I tell you what, let's start with what you're chairing.
Okay.
Talk to us about that initiative.
Okay, well, I continue to chair Community Affairs, which is what I chaired last session as well. In addition, this session, I'm chairing the Congressional Reapportionment Committee, which is going to be a huge topic for the legislature this year as we go about a once-in-a-decade process of reapportioning and redistricting all the lines for the legislature and Congress in the state of Florida.
Right, so this is one of those oxygen stealers, as they say. This will be the biggest thing, other than the budget, that the legislature does this year. Any predictions on the horizon? I think we get one more seat for Florida, correct?
Yep, Florida picked up one congressional seat as the result of the census. But you know, the last decade, there's been a lot of litigation over redistricting. But the result of that has been a lot of guidance from our courts and a lot of direction for the legislature. And I think this session, we've done it the right way. We're going to end up with a constitutionally compliant map and a map that all Floridians can be proud of.
Well, I love that. I love it. Well, we'll be looking forward to those maps, as every candidate in the state will be. Let's talk about legislation. You know, typically you're not a shrinking violet in the process, and leadership tends to put big initiatives on you. What policy issues are you working on this year?
Well, one initiative that I'm working on that ties into my chair with Community Affairs, because we handle local government and a lot of building issues. We're all well aware of the tragedy in Surfside that happened this summer. And so I'm working on legislation. It's not filed yet, but we're working on putting together an inspection piece where everybody that lives in high-rise residential in the state of Florida can know that their building is safe and that it's been inspected. And so I expect to file that fairly soon. Wow,
you think about how long Florida went with all of our construction. It's the third leg of our economy, and we have this tragedy. I can't imagine how Florida can make it better, but obviously something needs to be made better so that we can avoid this forever. What are your thoughts going into this session with regard to the tragedy at its core?
Yeah, and that's a great point. And really, we're still waiting on a lot of information. There's a lot of studies that are being conducted, and this is not going to be a one-and-done fix. I mean, I think this bill will create a floor. It will say for residential buildings, we knew that this damage existed in this building. We may not have known the extent or exactly how it collapsed just yet, but we knew that there was evidence of decay and damage. And so this bill is going to say we're going to send in engineers, we're going to send in architects to look at these buildings and make sure that they're structurally sound and that people aren't going to be in danger living there. More of a structural integrity. We're not sending the code police in to go look for every code violation. We want to just make sure that the buildings are sound and structurally safe for Floridians.
So important. Well, we'll look forward to seeing the good work that we know the thoughtful Senate will put into that. All right, so here's our fun question for our viewers and for you. When you're not fighting for a free world, when you're not working tirelessly, which we all know you do, what do you like to watch? What do you like to stream?
Loved Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso was a big hit.
Great show.
We
Loved
watched Schitt's Creek from beginning to end, and that was one of my absolute favorites. Looking forward to the new season of Yellowstone, which I haven't had a chance to get to.
I won't. No spoilers. I've watched the first 3 episodes.
No spoilers, but we certainly enjoyed those as well.
I love it. And to your spouse, how is he enjoying the spouse's lounge?
He is loving his post-session life, playing golf, more time at the office, and he's doing great.
We had to get a little jab in.
Yes,
but Senator, thanks for your tireless service to your constituents and to the state of Florida. Thanks for coming on Phi TV. We love our partnership with you. We look forward to having you on again on both the issue of Surfside and more issues, which we know undoubtedly you'll be working on.
Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for this episode of Phi TV. Make sure you hit us up on our social media feed for more interviews like this one. And for now, thanks for tuning in.